Hey, welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Just got done watching USA kick the holy shit out of Serbia, 110-84 to open up group play in the 2024 Olympic Games. This was obviously one that had a lot of Heat fans intrigue because you got to see your showdown between your front court, Bam Adebayo and Nikola Jović. And similar to the score, I would say there was a lot more positive to see from Bam Adebayo than there was from Nikola Jović. But let's give the Jović a little bit of grace. I mean, like, the man, it just came back from injury and is trying to go out there, gut it out for his country. He had a rough shooting day, hit his first three that he had an attempt. He had a kick from Joker right to him and nailed it. You're like, all right, going to be a good day for Jović. And then just could never really seemingly find his rhythm again. Seemed like he was rushing a lot of stuff. This Team USA, I mean, they're a problem, dude. I mean, they are an absolute problem. And really the story of these, I would say, has been, the story of this game was twofold. One, Kevin Durant came back from injury today for Team USA. He was a nightmare for Serbia. Like, he genuinely could not miss. I don't believe he had a miss until the fourth quarter. He was 8 of 9 today, 5 for 5 from downtown, finished with 23 points. He was an absolute nightmare. And then LeBron James, to boot, just continues his real hot play for Team USA. King James with 21 points today, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, just completely man-childing all of Serbia. It was ridiculous. He's giving them the flex. He's giving them the muscles. Those two have just been, I mean, just an absolute dynamic. We're just an absolute dynamic duo. LeBron just continues his great play. And for Bam, I think the thing that you like from Bam, I mean, first of all, he was imperative in the first half because Joel Embiid continues to kind of stink up the joint. Anthony Davis got in some early foul trouble, so you got to have Bam out there on Nikola Jokic. He's, one of the best defenders on Joker in the league. One of the best defenders in the league, period. But obviously, he has a lot of success on Joker. His offensive game today, he did pull the trigger on a couple of threes. He missed both of them, but one of them led to it being a dunk, and that was kind of his big moment of the game when it was really out of reach. So the offensive production from Bam today was not stupendous, but you know him, he's kind of filling in the cracks everywhere here where guys are slacking and picking up. He is balling out. He's getting rebounds. He's getting weak side blocks. He's setting up teammates with screens. He's getting the extra pass. He had a couple of assists to Kevin Durant today where Kevin Durant has the hot hand. Boom, Bam Adebayo is going to go find him. So, not the biggest production in this all Miami Heat matchup today. They did not light up the scoreboard very much, but it was still very, very cool to see. I loved getting a chance to see just the picture of those two. And they were matched up on a couple of times where you did get to see Bam versus Nico and see them go at it with one another. Team USA was, it was pretty crazy. I mean, like, Serbia got off to a really nice start in this game, but that team was basically Joker and nobody else. Nobody really brought anything to the table to this game other than him. And like we said, I think they're going to need, if they're going to be the team they think they can be, they're going to need a lot more from Nikola Jović. And so I don't know if that means inserting him into the starting lineup, if that's a way that they're going to go, or if he's going to get more chances. He was pretty much in that place where he was taking corner threes today, and that was about it. But rough go of it. His moment, he had a couple. I mean, the probably one of the moves of the game was Anthony Davis dancing on him and putting the moves on him. Steph Curry was mocking him, and so yeah, rough day for Yovi, but I'm sure he'll bounce back in the rest of this tournament, and I'm looking forward to watching him the rest of the way. Team USA, I think probably out of this group, this is going to be looked upon as the hardest game. Now, they did just have a dogfight with South Sudan, who I believe they have on Wednesday. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on if they have a much better performance than they did the last time around. The other juicy story that came out of this one, there's a couple things. As a Heat fan, really fun to see D Wade on the call. He was tremendous today. Really, really enjoyed him and Noah Eagle. They did a great job. D Wade, continues to be awesome at everything that he does. So he was great on the call today. It was great having his input. Obviously, member of the Redeem team, teammates with multiple players on this squad. So he had some great insight. And of course, Eric Spoelstra, his former coach, Spo, they did the in-game interview with him, and it was cool. It was like, we get to hear a little bit from Spo, who obviously marveling at what Kevin Durant did in this game. He was incredible. But the big story out of this game was almost not only just the blowout, but from Team USA, they did not play Jason Tatum. And with the return of Kevin Durant, I was actually wondering, I was like, man, is Bam going to end up being the odd man out? But he does so much of the other stuff for this team, facilitating, defending. Today had to really be their center because both of their centers got off to rough starts. So it doesn't really appear like Spo and Steve Kerr are going to go away with playing Bam any fewer minutes. In fact, he was only one of 5 players today to eclipse the 20-point mark. So he not only played, but he played top 5 minutes for the team today. He played starters minutes, essentially. So I don't really know where this goes with Jason Tatum. It's definitely because I saw the buzz about this. For context for you guys, I was at Dolphins camp today, so I was like following on Twitter, and everybody was showing the Jason Tatum memes. I'm like, he's got to be hurt, right? Like, there's no way they're just not playing Jason Tatum. That's pretty crazy because they're playing Derek White. Derek White played a healthy amount. Derek White was the last guy added to the roster. Tyrese Halliburton, he's kind of been the odd man out for a few games now. But, man, that's and Steve Kerr's quote was like, I felt like a dummy afterwards for not playing him. Pretty crazy. He's not out there. That was interesting. That was interesting. I'm very curious to see where it goes from here with that because essentially, like, where do you go if you're going to play Kevin Durant? The only other place you could really do it, if you're going to argue anything, I mean, I suppose you could replace Booker with him in the starting lineup if you wanted to, but Booker was awesome today. Steph Curry, pretty damn good. I mean, really, like, the big story is a guy who continues to just be very unimpressive is Embiid. But there are going to be matchups you are going to need the size, so I don't think they want to be rats off a ship on him. I'm sure he'll play next game against South Sudan. They're not going to continue to go down this route, but it was pretty wild. I mean, like, they had this game in hand in the fourth quarter, and he did not go away from LeBron. He did not go away from Kevin Durant. He was playing Bam Adebayo, and there was Jason Tatum just not playing, and very odd. Very, very odd that was going on for Team USA. So, I think for Bam, big thing. Like, look, he's still taking the 3-point shot. Love seeing that. Love the aggression from Bam there. But ultimately, like, he's being a perennial team player when you have Kevin Durant on the heater like the way that he was today. LeBron James playing as crazy as he was, like all of the big guns scoring wise, a lot of them had it going today. And then for Nico, I just account this for rest. He just looked like he didn't have rhythm on his shot. Looked like a lot of rushing. From his standpoint, I think that there's going to be plenty of improvement there. And I think they're going to need him. I think they honestly should lean on him probably a little bit more once he feels fully ramped up. It is group play. They got South Sudan and Puerto Rico in this group too. So they obviously have to get those wins and find their way in a position to advance to the knockout stages. But yeah, they may want to go to the Heat power forward a little bit more. But it was still cool. It was pretty goosey seeing both these guys out there.